Welcome to Unboxed Daily. I am Jason.
I'm Larry. Really? That's it? That's as far as you got?
What else is there?
No, I'll do the real intro. Welcome to Unboxed Daily. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm Larry.
And we're here to talk about the Huawei Mate 20 line of smartphones that were just announced. Are you excited? I know we are. Let's do it. Okay, so Huawei gave us 4 new phones at yesterday's announcements, and they are...
The Mate 20, the Mate 20 Pro,
Oh, yes.
the Mate 20X, not the 10,
Right, and...
and the Mate 20 RS, designed by Porsche.
Interesting. What's the basic read on in your mind in terms of the P20 series? Is this a significant improvement over the P10, or do you feel like this is more incremental the way that other phones recently have been?
It's actually a really strong, solid flagship lineup from Huawei this time. The new CPU is much faster.
Yeah.
And the cameras. Now they included 3 big cameras in the back.
So obviously, one of the things that people are going to be paying the most attention to is the design of these phones. Do you think that I mean, you're the designer here, so you would know better than me. Do you think they made an improvement?
I think they did a good job this time, considering it's still a Chinese company. They still would copy from...
They're stealing from the best.
Copy. Good
Copying.
artists steal.
Yes. Great artists steal and don't give credit? I don't know. Anyway, what are the elements here that really scream out at you? Like, what is it about the phone that's really interesting?
The design is like a combination between Samsung's curved glass and Apple's notch. So you have both.
Do you think the notch is reasonably sized, or is it too big?
I actually really like the Mate 20, not the X notches, because it's a very small teardrop-shaped notch. It's very pleasant.
But the Pro
the Pro has a big notch because they included the full 3D face recognition technology.
While the 20 and the 20 Pro both have sizable screens, expectedly sized screens, the X has I think it's a 7.2. Yeah, it's a 7.2 inch OLED screen. Basically, it's like a tablet at your ear, right?
Remember a few years ago we were talking about how the Galaxy Note has a huge screen?
Right.
Kind of like that again.
I don't like that. One of the other interesting features about the Mate 20X, and to be fair, I think this is probably going to be most of what we're going to talk about today, but the fact is that it has, aside from a large screen, a massive battery.
Everything got to be bigger.
I mean, I guess, but we're talking a 5,000 milliamp hour battery.
So when you have extra charge, what do?
Oh, I see what you did there.
They included a new feature called the reverse wireless charging. So you can actually put your iPhone 10 next to it and charge the iPhone 10. So great for when you have 2 phones for Pokemon Go.
Right. It's really Pokemon Go that we need that. Having a reverse charger in another phone is actually, to be fair, a really smart idea.
I can think of in the future when they release the AirPod-like device with wireless charging capability, you can just put both in your pocket and the earphone is always charged.
This is true. Now, folks, before we continue, we want to introduce a new section because there's a lot of questions that we have around some of the choices that Huawei made with this phone. So we'd like to introduce a new section of the show we're calling Why with Larry and Jason. Why, Huawei, did you put a giant notch on phones that have an under-screen fingerprint reader? Couldn't we have reduced the size of the notch, maybe made it a little more aesthetically pleasing, since you already have a fairly secure way of accessing the phone? I mean, really, why did you do that?
Why do you introduce a new SD card format? It's barely smaller than the previous one. Why?
And why would you make a phone that large, right? Are you just trying to be the biggest kid on the block? Are you just trying to say to everybody, hey, we did it and we're bigger and we've got a bigger battery, so we're better? I just don't understand why.
And why there are 4 different models for the same brand? What's the difference between Mate 20 and P20? And what's the difference between the Porsche design and the Huawei design? Why?
And most importantly, why did you go to Porsche to design a phone? I mean, let's be honest, Porsches are great, they're beautiful cars, but I don't know that that design translates into a smartphone. And frankly, do you really think that people are going to pay extra for a Porsche-designed phone? I mean, maybe a few, but if this is your even bigger way of saying that, hey, we're here and we can work with big brands, I would just ask you a question. Why? So here's my quick thought. I think these are great phones. I think as competitors to things like Samsung's line of phones, the iPhones, etc., it's great to have these entries. And to be fair, we were really excited about these phones before. But now that we've seen these announcements, along with the Mate X and the Porsche design, I'm not disappointed, but I just thought that there'd be something more than just bigger as part of their announcement. I just would like to have seen something a little bit more innovative than a new SD slot, you know?
I agree. And by the way, given all the troubles US have with Huawei and the security problems, you might want to think twice about getting this phone.
That's a good point. Design isn't as good as actual security. Well, that's it for this quick look at the new announcements from Huawei's Mate line of phones. Thanks as always for joining. If you like what you saw and you want to check out more, head to unboxed.tv and keep an eye on that phones category where we're keeping track of all the latest announcements from this, your Phone-tober. In the meantime, thanks as always for joining. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm Larry.
We'll see you soon.
See you.